Hello everyone, Eric Hodson here for the 100-day challenge of working on my comic for at least 30 minutes a day. So the weekend was a complete wash for the most part. Not a great show, not a good attendance. Sunday was particularly bad. And some other things going on, so I lost a lot of my time that I had downtime to work on anything. But I did get some stuff done, so I'll go over that a little bit. And then I might do a little bit of inking. I got to run, so that's why I'm on a little bit early. Apologize for that late notice, but when you get home and you start getting stuff done, and you realize there's more on your plate than when you left. So anyway, pardon me. So where we left off last time, I was working on this panel. I'll get back to that too, but what I did primarily over the weekend was character development stuff. There's plenty of characters that I still haven't flushed out. They just exist up here in my mind. So I'm going to go over a couple of those right now. So here is a character based on a friend of mine, and this character in the storyline is a bar owner, Dinosaur Man's favorite watering hole, and he's got some noticeable upgrades. Got this weird arm here that I think is pretty cool. Anyway, I'm just trying to flush out and get the look for the character, and so this is probably the second version. I'm sure he'll have some input too on how it looks, but. So this type of this character is kind of one of those guys that gets Dinosaur Man into trouble once in a while. They have a history together. Like I said, this is he's the proprietor of Dinosaur Man's favorite watering hole. And so yeah. And then we have another one. Who is one of the bounty hunters that comes after Dinosaur Man. I don't have a name for this character yet, but she is a interesting alien humanoid. And well, hello, Louise. Special guest appearance. How you doing? This is Louise, my daughter's cat. She is a polydactyl, so she has giant mitten feet. She's adorable. Might end up being a Facebook star someday. Huh? Anyway, go play. So she basically operates out of a spaceship of hers. She flies from planet to planet, and she's able to beam down weapon systems to attack people with. And this is an obvious borrow from the good old days of the Centurions, if you remember that cartoon at all. And so I'm coming up with some unique designs for various weapon systems that she can have transported down to her. They attach to her exosuit, and she's able to combat. Another three-figured humanoid alien, and kind of a fun design to play with. I think she's going to have red skin, and red and blues will be mostly her color motif. And then I do have also some work on the next installment that I'm a little bit ahead on the game on. And I did some more work with that. I've still got more to do. So I know I went over this part. I remember going over that part and Chet trying to wake him up, and Dinosaur Man wakes up and he's not in a good mood. There's more that I got a little bit more done refining here. Still got to work this panel out where he's grabbing him and then just throwing him up against the wall. So yeah, I'm looking forward to getting that straightened out. Anyway, this will be a fun page to start working on. A lot of details, a lot of fun shapes and stuff to work in. This is a different program, by the way. It's Sketchbook Pro by Autodesk. As far as for drawing on the Surface Pro tablet, that's my go-to. It's the least glitchy program on the Surface Pro. Okay, so getting back into this panel. Sorry. Yeah, I was working on him. I'm still gonna need to do some more drawing on him a little bit. I think his nose needs to come out more. Yeah. Something like that. Yeah, that's not too bad. And then down here, some more to work on. And then that stuff's pretty much done. So maybe I can finish this off, because that's not too bad. Get the nostril going. But yeah, so Wizard World St. Louis was an okay show. It was about what I was expecting. Not what I needed, but what I was expecting. Got a little bit of con crud going on too. I seem to have picked up, so. Try not to shake hands, or try to fist bump instead, but sometimes it just happens, and of course you want to be polite, and hey, you never know, you get to. I just hope I don't end up getting that flu that's going around. It sounds particularly nasty. Did hand out a lot of these, though. So, as far as that goes, that was mission accomplished. Alright, let's see. Shape layer. And let's get into this part. No matter what, this is an odd angle. Remember, this guy's got some piercings. Yeah. Before you guys tuned in, I guess I kind of went over the con a little bit, but it wasn't a very good show. I had low attendance, especially on Sunday, and then I did about 20 or 30% less than what I needed to, and generally that was the consensus of the whole shows. Their layout was kind of wonky too. So they had the celebrities were kind of splitting the hall up, and traffic flow was kind of weird. But you know what, it is what it is. no show is a guarantee of any sort of success. I'm just happy I was able to pass out some flyers for the Dinosaur Man comic and hopefully garner a couple more subscribers out of it. My next show, yeah, yeah, pictures from the show floor. Yeah, I didn't. I wanted to go live, but the opportunity never presented itself, mostly because the signal was so terrible. So it would have been a train wreck to go live. But all in all, it was nice to do a convention again. It's been a while since I've been out of the house, and nice to get a break. Next up is Astronomicon, which is in Sterling Heights, Michigan. It's a small venue. There's going to be a lot of wrestlers there. That's another thing that hurt me too, is that apparently Wizard and WWE aren't cooperating anymore, and so there wasn't any wrestlers there. So that definitely hurt my bottom line. Yeah, well, that was the whole point of the flyer, and I showed it around to some of my buddies, and I kind of regret that I didn't write a story that had Spaz on the flyer, because he's, I got more than one person say that they hoped that I bring out some plushies of that character, so that's definitely something that needs to be figured out, how to do the best and easiest. By easiest, I mean economical, because I think that would be awesome. Alright, a lot of big shapes there. You can come in with some details and kind of finish this page off. We're seeing him a lot closer up, so we can go in and do pores on the face, maybe put an edge to that mask. Yeah. Rotate. Oh yeah. Yeah, I wouldn't do like just his head or something. I don't know why anybody would do that. No, I sketched out a concept, but of course, with doing that kind of thing, you got to come up with a workable pattern. And then come to some sort of a price point. I wouldn't want it to end up costing more than like $20. Ideally, I think if it was $15 and there was maybe a $8 profit margin on it, that'd be what I would want to shoot for. throw pillow-sized Dinosaur Man head would be kind of cool, I think. Just that weird big red shape of his. I definitely want to do action figures. I just hope that it grows and gets that big, because that would be stellar. Alright, so that stuff is done. And then this needs more drawing. This needs more drawing. There's some fun. We can get these knocked out down here. And then I'm actually gonna have to hang it up here pretty quickly, because I've got to be somewhere. Not sure how the roads are going to be, and it's at least a 45-minute drive with good roads. So better to give yourself an hour or more. And I'm just looking at the time. So if we're leaving it 10 till 1 and it's 12:30, I got about 10 more minutes. All right, cool. Yeah, that sounds good. Thanks, man. All right, so we got those boxes done, and we'll I should just redraw him. I was debating for a second, copying and pasting those lines, and yeah. It got cold in St. Louis, but it didn't really snow much. I definitely drove through some less than desirable weather getting home. A couple of times it seemed like it was really icy. Of course, it was 7 degrees when I was coming around Chicago. Got in at about 3 a.m. Left right after I got loaded up, which was about 4:30. I don't know where I'd be if I didn't have some really good friends to share the road with. It would definitely be a lot harder to maneuver and get loaded up. Had a buddy of mine help me load up last night. Maybe we'll okay, and then we'll hop in and erase that there. Where's that down? Need to remind myself all the details I put into this guy. Little fancy trick there. So here he's more like, oh, I don't feel so good. And here he's a little perked up. So it's presumably a little better conversation going on. So to make sure it still largely looks like the same character. They call that being on model. And that's one of the telling signs of an amateur to a pro is whether or not they can stay on model. Easiest example would be, okay, if you're drawing Clark Kent, what does he look like? You know, how many different artists have drawn Clark Kent over the ages, but you can still look at him and say, okay, yep, that's definitely Clark Kent, for example. Yeah, I lost the tongue. Fill them corners. And we had this kind of weird, like, I mean, I basically could have reused these panels, but I wanted to change up the mouth and the expression just a little bit, so it's a little more unique. That's weird. Listening devices in your house. So the NSA came in and they're like, do you have a copy of Stephen King's It? Oh no, wrong layer. Ah. Alright, that's pretty cool. Now we can get rid of that little JPEG there. And then, yeah, it's going to need some more drawing. This is this panel that he's looking at, so I want to draw it well here. I can copy and transform it and put it in there and kind of simplify some things. So, yeah. And still got to figure this out too. So I'm still wondering about how that's going to look with the shadow. Anyway, It's about that time, so I'm going to hang it up. And I will see you, everyone, tomorrow. Should be same time, 1 o'clock. And we will get more of this done. Anyway, you guys take it easy. Remember, share everything. Tell your friends about Patreon. Email me on there. There's my Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, Eric Hudson Illustrations. And be on the lookout for more content from Dinosaur Man soon. Thanks. Bye.